Good day, everyone. We must have a change in leadership for America in order to save planet Earth. You see, Caucasian persuasion are from Jupiter. They invaded Earth over 400 years ago. They left Jupiter. They departed from Jupiter, or should I say, they fled from Jupiter. Only the rich and a few laborers left the planet Jupiter and landed, or should I say, invaded Earth. You see, the rich, Caucasian persuasion, they destroyed the environment on the planet Jupiter by the overkilling of animals, as well as lack of color in their leadership as well as environment. And so when you have a lack of color and when you overkill animals, you cause environmental catastrophe. And that is exactly what happened on Jupiter. And it's why Caucasian persuasion fled Jupiter, mostly the rich and upper class, leaving the majority of the population on Jupiter to perish. And they came to Earth, and we are headed in the same direction of Jupiter. And so let us look at Jupiter as an example for us to learn from and not repeat again. However, we must have a change in leadership, and that change must be color. People of color must lead the government in order to save planet Earth. This is the word of God. People of color must lead government in order to save planet Earth. If we do not, the Earth, the same thing that happened on Jupiter, will transpire on planet Earth. The movie 2012 was based on the catastrophe of Jupiter. It is the descendants of the aliens, Caucasian persuasion, who created the idea for 2012 movie because they experienced it. And so we must change leadership in order to save our planet. And it starts with President Barack Obama and Joe Biden resigning. We can no longer deal with political corruption. No more. It's over. It's time for change. So, Barack Obama, Joe Biden, I bid you farewell. If you do not, I bid you lifetime imprisonment and more. Okay. So, it is my policies that I bring forth that will save the planet Earth. God has chosen me as the firstborn to bring forth this information to change the planet Earth and save it. If I do not lead, the planet Earth will be destroyed. So, we must change. We must change. We can no longer allow Caucasian persuasion to lead. Look at Jupiter. Research Jupiter and what happened. And you will see that what I share with you is the truth. The overkilling of animals we can no longer do. We must start building animal sanctuaries in every state, in every country, on planet Earth, animal sanctuaries. We must hold corporations to strict environmental protection laws and no longer accept bribes. In my new government, there will be no acceptance of bribes to politicians. If a politician accepts bribes in my new kingdom, if a politician accepts bribes, he will receive lifetime imprisonment. After I have been appointed king and high priest, in 1 year I will appoint a president who will lead Spirit America for 5 years. 5-year term. For the newly elected commander. I will change the title of president to commander and vice commander. No longer in Spirit America will the president be called president, but instead commander. And so, one of the things I propose is having our libraries open 24 hours, 7 days a week for people to read and relax and enjoy something positive. No longer will our food and water be poisoned to kill people of color. No longer will we have fake wars to extort money from the government. You see, the wars that the U.S. start are solely to kill people of color. They are made-up wars to extort money from the government. And all of those who have extorted money from the government, this is my warning to you now. Return that money to me. All of that money comes to me, and I will hold it at the monarch, in my safe, in my vault at the monarch. All the money that has been extorted from the U.S. government by politicians will be returned to me, and I will hold it safe in my vault and give it away as charity. As king, I have that right because I am king. And so, my warning to politicians, return their money now. If you do not, I will know. And you will be punished. President Barack Obama and Judge Richard Story. President Obama, you gave Judge Richard Story money to delay mean justice. So, Judge Richard Story, I previously said you will serve 12 years in prison. I have changed that number to 30 years in prison for Judge Richard Story for accepting bribes to divert or delay justice. Judge Richard Story, I declare that you will spend 30 years in prison for perverting justice to many black men. Judge Richard Story, I know everything about you, and the money you receive from the president, I can prove it 100%. Now, you can do the right thing, or you will be punished. To Obama's aides, you have corrupted this man even further than what he already was. He was already evil. You've added to it. You have led this man down a tunnel, blindfold. Now look what he is. Yet he still holds on to you because mixed race favors Caucasian persuasion, even though Caucasian persuasion do not favor mixed race. And so Barack Obama, you have sold people of color down the river for money. You see, people sacrifice their life and volunteer many hours to help you become elected as president. One of a former friends of mine dedicated hours to your campaign. And she was truly dedicated. And her mother died of cancer from chemotherapy. Her cousin died from cancer from chemotherapy. Chemotherapy was created to kill and target people of color. You allowed this to happen. You killed a friend of mine who volunteered, wrote articles and everything for you, sincerely loved your campaign and supported and sacrificed hours to help you. Yet you killed her mother. You killed her cousin. So I want to share this with you because I want you to live with this. I want you to understand that what you have done to people for money, people of color, loving people, but you think they're lazy. You despise them because you don't understand, because you are blinded, because you are half white, half Caucasian. And so you don't understand the genuineness, the godliness, the godness in people of color. And so I share this with you so that maybe you will contemplate on my former friend. And so, myself, I'm a loving person. Even your spies, I've helped them out, blessed them with watermelons and corns, and even given my personal property to help them because I thought they was truly suffering. They were white. They were Caucasian persuasion. I don't care about race for us trying to help people, but I do care about my race being treated worse than animals. I do care about that. I do care about my environment. I do care about my daughter, my family. And so those people who have invaded my family privacy, I am charging an additional $1 trillion for invading my family privacy. $1 trillion in addition. That's what I am charging as of today. October 22nd, 2015. An additional $1 trillion for the invasion of privacy of my family. You see, we must change. Our laws for invading people's privacy will change. Will change. The FDA will be restructured. Truly be restructured. No longer will the pharmaceutical industry poison medicine to give the people of color. And those who did, executives, will be imprisoned for life. Begin the process before I get there, or I will punish your ass even further. You bitch-ass president. You just think about all the shit you have done to people of color. You bitch-ass motherfucker, you, Barack. Fuck you, Joe Biden, too, you punk-ass, bitch-ass, white fuck boy. Joe Biden, you bitch. Joe Biden. Fuck you. And you white motherfuckers who kill people of color, you bitches, you think we are ignorant. You think black folks are ignorant. They can sit up. Oh, we've been getting over them for hundreds of years. We have been counting our deceased, and we use division to divide them. And I've been elected to office deceitfully for 6 terms. Joe Biden, if your ass don't resign, I will fry you like motherfucking chicken. Ooh, woo. I love me some chicken. Ooh, woo. Ooh, woo. And so, I know everything about every politician, every one, and the judges. Judge Richard Story, my case will be granted as I demanded. and I have already put forth my demands. They will be met fully. And I mean what I say. You bribe accepting motherfucker, you Judge Richard Story, you bitch. So, I hope we can make this transition as smooth as possible. I would like to have my escort here at my residence 3 times the size of the president's. 3 times the size. I am king and high priest, and I will be treated as such. I would like a van brought to me for my supplies that I have here. I would like to have a palace for myself ready, fully ready. I would like to have a palace for my mother ready. And a palace for my daughter. So, we have 3 palaces to get ready. We have my protection service 3 times the size of the president's protection service. 3 times the size. So, you got a van, limo, the whole entourage that is deserving of a king and high priest. I want it all. And so, you have a few days to get that ready. I'm not even going to say or. I'm just going to say, get on it. So, a palace for myself, a palace for my mother, and a palace for my daughter. And we'll start the process of building the monarch while I stay in the palace. That will be my temporary housing until the monarch is completely built. So, we're going to make changes, but changes that will save our planet Earth for another 1,000 years, for another 3,000 years. So, I'm going to implement policies that will restore Earth. And the Earth will not be like Jupiter, that was led to destruction by the aliens that are living on planet Earth now that we call Caucasian persuasion. So, let us begin. I expect my protection, my entourage 3 times the size of the president, and palaces, 3 palaces ready. Let's make this transition as smooth as possible. Signing out. Dhaved, Kapel.